have survived through so much horrific abuse. I would make you cry. I couldn't even begin to even tell you. I mean, this is starting at, like age 5. And this continued till I was 18 years old. And then once I got to be 18 years old, then I began to self-destruct myself. But it was a ditch, a deep ditch, so I jumped down and bam, my knees went right into each other. And that's how I initially became disabled. My name is Serethia Tufts, and I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. My occupation is a lead case manager in Employment Network under Social Security's Ticket to Work program. I suffered through a lot, actually. A lot. I mean, when I say a lot, I'm talking about just horrific abuse. Even as a small child, foster home to foster home, not knowing what my identity was, who I was, where I was gonna go. And then back then, a lot of the institutions, they made a lot of money off of sending kids to institutions and all these mental hospitals and all that. See, that was big money then, believe it or not. That was a big cash cow for a whole lot of people. And I'm a product of all of that. Back then, they really abused people like me, kids like me who didn't seem to have any parents who cared about them. That was prevalence. That was an everyday occurrence. And I kept going in and out, in and out, in and out. And then a couple of times when I went in, that was in 75 and 72, I came home and I was pregnant. And that nearly destroyed me because I didn't have a boyfriend. I wasn't even like that. I thought that my life would end, and I wanted it to end. Oh my gosh, I wanted it to end so bad, so long ago. Oh my God, and I'm not ashamed of it now because they say tell the truth and shame. I tried to kill myself 4 times. You know why I stopped? Because the last time I did, I had drank what is called camphorated oil. And I said, this is it. I'm getting out of here. This is it. This is what I thought. This is it. I'm getting out of here. The lady that took care of me, she loved me. Her name was Almeda Roberts. I went to stay with her. And I was almost 18. I went to stay with her. And so she forgot her grocery list. And that's what saved me. And I said, oh, I'm out of here. This time ain't nobody going to stop me. I'm not going to live this life. Next thing you know, the doctor was saying, remember your name. Do you know what I woke up? We know what I said. Oh, man. I can't believe I'm still here. I'm serious. I never attempted to do it again. I'm serious. I thought for sure I was going to be gone. Thought for sure. And you know what? After that, I said, oh, forget it. Never forget it. Don't listen to me. I said, God, whoever you are, you're not going to let me leave here. And I don't know why it is. I never attempted suicide again. Because it seemed like I was being defeated and ripped apart here. But on this other hand, there was some kind of protection, some kind of covering over me or something. Because I kept persevering through every single thing. I never had nobody to hug me or kiss me. I never had nobody tell me that they loved me, ever. In my entire life, ever. I didn't know what it felt like. So that's all I knew. So I grew up in hate. I grew up a certain way to do certain things, I had no compassion. The only thing I thought about other people was I didn't see them as people. I saw them as basically debits and credits. And I'll leave that where it's at. See, I had this thing about love and affection, so I had that missing in my life, so all I had was money. Money meant everything to me. I'm serious. And I was involved in some things, and I always had quite a bit of money, and I thought, ain't nothing like money, because I didn't know any better. That's all I knew. And it kind of helped me to block out everything. Especially once I turned 18, I knew that, boy, if I had that money, I'm in charge. Ain't nobody gonna hurt me no more. And believe me, nobody didn't. I gave the orders, and I was gonna, I'm the man, basically, I'm the man. And really I wasn't, because money is a ruler to all evil, it's just not a good thing. How it started with my legs, I moved to York, Pennsylvania. So I got there and I began doing some things that I had done in the past that I shouldn't have been doing. And, I'm not gonna self-incriminate myself, but I hurt a lot of people. I controlled practically anybody that was in my circle, with money, with fear. And I supposed to have been going to Pennsylvania, and I promised God that, okay, I'm not gonna be aggressive, and I'm gonna do things right and treat people right. Oh no, I get there and I see a way that I can make a whole bunch of other money again. Here I go. You know, just I'm making money off of other people's misery, basically is what it was. And I got involved with a couple of young ladies, and I mistreated them. And to be honest, my disability started because a policeman hurt my legs. I've never told nobody that. And I was driving this fancy Grand Prix, 18-inch rims on it, flashing my money. And I'm supposed to have been there, retired like this nice lady and, you know, taking it easy. But no, I get there and I see an opportunity to make some money. So I'm just going to take people, these couple of ladies that was down on their luck and having a hard time. I'm just going to use them and just drain them dry and all this stuff. It's just crazy. They were doing things and I spotted them from my window. It was like a hawk, you know. Oh, bing, 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 bing. I'm like, oh God, help me, Jesus. Okay. I said, I'm not going to use nobody. I ain't going to treat people bad. Oh my God, but that's their fault. They deserve it. See, that's the kind of mentality we're like, well, if you want to be an alcohol drug addict, okay, I'm taking you to the limit. Yeah, right. I shouldn't have did it. And so one of them happened to be a police informant. I hooked up with these York policemen. Had no idea. And I was really abusing. There was a gentleman and two ladies, this is a true story, in the middle of the street with my fancy car. I mean, I was going at it, and the policeman walked up and said, don't put your hands on them no more. Who do you think you are? And who are you? In fact, I said, oh, they owe me money, and I'm going to get my money from them also. He said, you touch her again, I said, you go to prison the rest of your life. And then I tried to all of a sudden get conservative. Wrong, they really did. He said, stop it right here. He said, she's an informant. You didn't know that, did you? I couldn't even talk. I said, well, they still, I lent them money. And he said, no. He said, you didn't stood up here, you didn't kicked on them, you didn't beat on them. He had me climb a 14-foot fence. And I climbed the fence. He said, because I took and threw the lady's wallet over the top. One was Puerto Rican, one was white. It was a gentleman. And I'm not kidding you. I was hurting all three of them because they were weak. They were on drugs. And I'm strong. I always use weights, so I had the advantage, period. But they did owe me money, and it still didn't make no difference because I had promised God that I was going to stop taking advantage of people. Just because, and really all this came from just because when I was little, all these folks was alcoholics, they were gamblers, all they did was use and abuse me. So as I grew up, I said, oh, I'm getting them back, oh, I'm gonna take them to the ringer. So policeman told me to climb the fence. I said, oh, this ain't nothing. And when I go after people, I had on steel-toe boots. I was steel toe, it's crazy. You have no idea. And so I took and he said, climb the fence. I said, oh shoot, this ain't nothing. And he said, why don't you go over there and get that wallet? And I said, sure, I'll go get it. He said, then after that, he said, we're going to give you instructions. I want you to leave this town. That's really how I came to Georgia. And so he said, now, I want you to go down and get the wallet. And so I got on the other side to climb. I said, no, I want you to jump down. They had me jump in the ditch. And that's how I became disabled. Never told nobody. That's how I became disabled. Jumped down in this ditch. My legs went crushed, and I have no cartilage in my right. But that's how it happened. He told me no. He said, I want you to jump down. They knew it. It was full of grass. You couldn't see it, but it was a ditch, a deep ditch. So I jumped down, and bam, my knees went right into each other. And that's how I initially became disabled. Always been too ashamed, but you know what? I ain't mad no more. Because you know what? I deserve what I got. Because I had promised myself that I was gonna stop hurting other people because of what happened to me. I had an opportunity like anybody else especially once I became 21, to get help and get healed. But I didn't want to because I'm still mad. I'm still hurting. I want everybody else to hurt right with me. Didn't make no difference. You cannot continue to hurt other people and think that you're gonna get away with it. No, I never went to prison, but I hurt a lot of people you have no idea. No idea. And I felt so justified. And you know what? Now I know why God never made it. Now I know why it wasn't meant for me to even be incarcerated and go to prison. Because God wanted me to see for myself. And it took a long time to see that is not right. Because I've had people even even within the last 6 months, to talk to me any kind of way, just say whatever they say. It caused me so much humiliation, and I have to say to myself, wait a minute. Well, didn't you do that to other people? Hello? Okay? Haven't you talked to people like that? Even worse? Haven't you? Now, 3 fingers is pointing back at me. And so now when I'm encountering things that really hurt me, that bothers me, or I'm in contact with people that's doing things, the Spirit has me actually to see myself in that person, say, that's just how you were. That's just how you treated other people. And you know that is hard. That's hard. That makes me turn around and cry like, oh my God, you're right, Father. Okay. You know? And that's not easy to do. I'm not my past. I'm not who people say I am. I am somebody, and I can be somebody. And that really made me want to strive to be the best person I can be, whether it's the best mom, the best employee, you know. And so that's how I started to really make strides, and I started to say, wow, I think my life is changing. And it did. I went to Social Security office, and I saw a sign that says ticket to work. And so I looked at the sign, said ticket to work. I said, well, I don't know, nobody gonna hire me. I'm feeling sorry for myself, oh, I'm disabled. So I said, no, I'm gonna try. So they sent me this paper with 30 employment networks on it. So I looked on the sheet again, I saw Driven Visions. I said, yeah, right. And believe it or not, I had called and I had talked to Mr. Robinson, and I was just rude. I said, well, I called, nobody answered my call, and I was just, loud and rude, ghetto like, I'm going there with them, And I said, I'd like to sign up, and he said, well, hold on. He said, something about, because I was yelling. He was like, no, that's not gonna work. He said, well, can you work from 2 to 10, just like that? I'm doing all this hollering and roofing. I couldn't even hardly speak when he said that. Look, all of a sudden I'm getting humbled. I'm like, oh, yeah. And he said, can you work 2 to 10? I was like, I said, yes, sir, I think I can. And I'm here to tell you. He said, call me in a couple of days. I did call him back. I came in, he did an IWP on me. And I don't know if I'm in a nightmare or not right now. I don't know. But I've been here ever since. I didn't even come here to be no asset. I didn't come here to do nothing special. I just come here to talk to the people on the phone, and it has actually driven my passion for people who are disabled, because there's more to it than their disability. A lot of times they're hurting mentally, they're hurting financially. And people are talking to me about all kinds of things, about how they lost so much getting on SSI and SSDI, and I can identify with them. And so that's when I realized that, wow, God, I can speak to this, I can speak to that, and I try to, stay within my 1-hour interviews, but that's when I realized that, oh boy, wow, this is the real Serethia right here. This person do love people. This person do care. This person don't have to hide anymore and feel like everybody's out to get you. And sometimes it's like, oh my God, my legs be hurting, and I say, oh gosh, I want to go home, or I want to complain, but I just do what I have to do, because for me, either you're going to go out and make some of yourself and support your own livelihood, or you're just gonna stay at home and wait for that one check and be broke most of the time. I choose to make some of myself, because again, I think I'm pushed to do it because there is really nobody else, period. And I have so much love in my heart now. I really do. I could just love and hug on everybody that hurts. Come here, y'all. Come on, let me tell you something about it. And that took me a long time, and that's what I wanted to do. That's how I wanted to be before I pass away. I didn't want to leave here so bitter, so hateful over every time somebody want to do something to me. Now, it's okay. It's okay. I've got the skin of an anaconda. I mean, do what you're gonna do. Do what you're gonna do. Do what you're gonna do. Because I can finally say I really do love people, and I forgive every single body, everybody. I even forgive myself for the parts I didn't play. Look, I'm pointing some fingers at me. I forgive myself for always trying to get back, and I'm gonna pay you back for this. I don't have to do that no more. See, I'm in the last half of my life, and that's what's so important to me. You know, I'm in the last third of my life. It has to count for something. Stop internalizing your actual physical disability, wherever it is, whether it's physical or mental. If you can work, if you can't actually physically and mentally work, before you actually really can't work, I would be trying to do that right about now. Because each year the federal government are cutting more and more programs. To me, you can live a better quality of life if you at least try to work at least a minimum 30 hours, at least 30 hours. I want people on who's receiving disability to at least take advantage of the programs, because the programs is not advertised. That's one thing. But if you got somebody telling you, and I try to tell everybody, I tell them, you tell somebody else. But there are a lot of programs that can truly help people with disabilities. I'm talking about help them start their own business, buy a house, you can buy equipment, automotive, office equipment, barbershop equipment, whatever you need. I'm telling you, because I'm a recipient of it. And I thought, this could not be happening. They didn't give that money to me because I'm somebody. All I did was looked up this program called PASS, called them up, and they had me fill out an application. That money was in my account so fast, I thought, whoa. And I've been trying to tell everybody else that, guess what? Don't try to use them so that you can take the money and just buy a bunch of stuff. If you really want to learn certain computer programs, you got a job and you want to get better at it, and if maybe you have a business that you lost your certification, they will actually give you the money to do it, and just don't count against your income or any of that. Can you believe it? Yes, I'm a recipient of it. I guess in all it came to about close to $3,000 I received, and they put the money in my account twice, just like that. But guess what? I lived up to what I said. I did go beyond SGA, and I'm still here. I'm still working.